Advancements in aquaculture systems technology, currently available to Missouri farmers, present significant opportunities for economic development. Consider existing aquaculture production in the United States. U.S. catfish production in ponds decreased from 470 million pounds to 366 million pounds from 2009 to 2020, while catfish imports increased from 60 million pounds to 400 million pounds over the same period, much of this fish coming from Vietnam. The average U.S. catfish farm gate price ranges from 85 cents a pound to $1.25 a pound whole, whereas imported catfish prices are typically 40 to 80% of U.S. prices. It's obvious that aquaculture markets are highly competitive, and U.S. markets are heavily influenced by the importation of foreign-grown shrimp and fish. Finfish make up about 80% of U.S. wild-caught seafood, amounting to about 10 billion pounds a year at a dockside value of $5.4 billion. More than $10 billion processed, or $3.28 a pound for filleted fish. In 2018, frozen shrimp imports totaled 1.54 billion pounds a year, worth $6.5 billion, or $4.06 per pound. By 2021, imported shrimp prices had increased to $6 a pound for frozen tails. In 2017, seafood consumption in the U.S. averaged 16 pounds per person, of which 4 pounds per year was shrimp. In contrast, beef consumption averaged 55 pounds per person, and chicken 90 pounds per person. U.S. aquaculture growers produce some 626 million pounds per year, generating around $1.5 billion income, averaging $2.40 per pound. 25% of this amount is made up of oysters, mussels, and clams. However, aquaculture represents only about 7% of the total U.S. annual seafood production. Texas is the largest producer of U.S. pond-raised marine shrimp at 3.6 million pounds per year, at a farm gate price of around $3 per pound, but making up only 0.2% of imported shrimp volume. In the U.S., most of the small-scale recirculating marine shrimp systems in operation yield 50,000 pounds or less per year. These numbers suggest that aquaculture, as a part of total U.S. seafood consumption, remains a fledgling industry at this time. Price projections for aquaculture products can be difficult as a result of changing markets and costs, particularly given wide variation in technology utilized. Furthermore, many farmers consider farm gate prices confidential. In spite of this, estimates of production costs and farm gate prices suggest break-even prices for catfish from U.S. ponds to be on the order of $1 per pound. The break-even price for shrimp is around $1.50 to $2 per pound in foreign ponds and $3 per pound in U.S. ponds. In stark contrast, recirculating aquaculture costs are considerably more expensive, ranging from $4 to $8 per pound for shrimp and $4 to $6 per pound for largemouth bass. Wholesale to retail prices for catfish fillets range from $5 to $6 per pound to $8 to $11 per pound, with largemouth bass fillets at $15 to $18 per pound to $20 to $28 per pound, and frozen shrimp at $5 to $6 per pound to $5 to $12 per pound. Consequently, there is a considerable difference between what consumers pay and what farmers earn. A number of U.S. shrimp growers are selling whole, unprocessed shrimp directly to consumers at $13 to $18 per pound. In spite of higher cost of production, there is room for profit for growers using recirculating system production when marketing directly to consumers. In summary, Except for extreme southern Missouri, an application to higher value fingerling food fish production, most of Missouri lacks the warm climate necessary to support profitable outdoor aquaculture production and compete with pond aquaculture prices of the southern U.S., coming primarily from Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas. In addition, production cost of indoor recirculating systems cannot compete directly with imported aquaculture production or commodity seafood prices. Nonetheless, opportunities in aquaculture do exist for farmers in Missouri and the Midwest. Growers are advised to seek direct sales to consumers, capturing the profit margin of the wholesale-retail chain. But in doing so, growers must be prepared to bear the additional cost of labor, processing, holding, packaging, transportation, and advertising in order to market and sell their product. Furthermore, if producers offer filleted fish, food handling and processing licenses will likely be required to legally sell the product to consumers. It's recommended that producers begin small and consider available markets before addressing technology or investment issues. It's tempting to look at technology first and seek investors. However, before moving forward to decisions concerning investment, consider the following questions. What marketable species are you targeting? Will you provide whole or processed fish? How much do you expect to charge? How will you promote your product? Who and where are your customers? Are you going to sell to restaurants or directly to consumers at your facility? Can you sell at farmers markets? If so, how will you maintain that fish or shrimp? They must be kept on ice or frozen. These are just a few of the many issues to consider before pursuing an aquaculture venture. The next video in this series will explore details of controlled climate intensive aquaculture technology. Visit the University of Missouri Extension Aquaculture website for a complete list of references regarding aquaculture produce pricing and costs.